Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and today I'm going to be doing your weekly horoscope forecast for the week of March 4th through the 10th, 2019. For those of you that are tuning in, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit the red subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner, as well as the notification bell icon, so that way you can be notified of any future videos that I do publish on this channel. That being said and done, let's get into your horoscopes for this week. Aries, this week for you, Aries, there is a sense of you having to kind of pull away from people in general. You may feel more introverted, more comfortable staying at home. There could be some chaos around you this week when it comes to your friendships. There could be some disagreement, some powerful things stated against one another, and that can lead you to arguments and disagreements and upsets. So if you feel like you're getting a little emotional, a lot of you will retract and probably go and spend time in your quiet space or your sacred space, whether this is outdoors in a public area or doing yoga or, meditating or just watching your favorite shows and catching up, with what you like. There is a sense of later on in the week, going out with some friends that maybe you haven't had a falling out with or an argument. And celebrating. There's maybe some, announcements, some engagements, a pregnancy announcement. So there's going to be some energy. Again, some of this will apply to some of you. It may not apply to all of you, but for the most part, that's the energy. There's also a lot of focus and energy being put towards your money and your finances. A lot of you may be kind of, in a position where you've gotten your income tax return, or, you just have some extra money that you've saved, and you could be very tempted to spend that, on things that you really don't need right now. So, Spirit is saying to just watch for that and curve that temptation, because again, it can catch up to you if you are, not careful with your finances. So just outweigh, whether you need it or if it's more of a desire and it can be put off for a later time when maybe it's on sale, etc. The last thing for this week is to make sure that you're taking some time out for yourself and really, resting and recuperating and regenerating your energy, because again, a lot of you could be running rampant, being very focused, like I said, and just, when you argue with people or you have a disagreement, that is draining in itself of your energy. So just conserve your energy and preserve that, and again, just be very careful with your finances. Other than that, I want to wish you an amazing week, and thank you so much for tuning in. Taurus, this week for you, Taurus, it is a week in which you are really sitting good in your, your world right now. There's a lot of light, a lot of connection to the higher realms, to spirit. A lot of you that are intuitive or that are very spiritually inclined are making that connection with source, and a lot of you are getting downloads of information. Many of you this week are going to be kind of fixated on maybe teaching others, certain things about life, your work, training someone, showing them, or giving them advice in some kind of way. This is something that is just part of your nature to give selflessly and not expect anything in return. But just make sure that it's all balanced and healthy for you, and that you're not in a situation where you're just giving, not receiving anything in return. You also have a male in your life, for many of you out there that are Taurians, that is very, doing very well in his financial areas with his work life, etc. However, he may be holding on a little too tight to the money, and you may want to, between both of you, putting your both minds together, this would be a good time for those of you that are couples and that are both working very hard to take a vacation if you haven't, or make some plans to get away, because both of you may need that kind of, stress relief, and would benefit from just getting away from the environment that you're in right now. A lot of you Taurians are also going through some mental battles. Even though everything seems to be good on the outside in your world, a lot of you are going through some internal changes. This could be you just feeling trapped or bound to a situation. Maybe you made a promise or a commitment to do something with someone, and you just feel like, you don't want to do that right now. Things have changed, but you don't want to, hurt that person, or for contractual obligations, you can't say no. But a part of you doesn't want to vibe with that or even do that. So There is going to be, a period this week where you may, have to kind of find a way around that, and address it. Maybe if it's not you pulling out, maybe extending it, or just, seeing if you can do it at a later time. But other than that, there is also some immature energy that is coming towards you. So if you have some, some people in your life that are friends, maybe a little bit younger than you, they could make some comments or say things that are immature, or that just you, being so mature in your life and going through all your life experiences, you may feel like this person is being very immature in the way that they're handling a personal situation, and then they come to you for advice, and you give them the tea, you give them what you think, or what rather, and they just do the opposite of it. So it's like, at the end of the day, why did they even come and ask you? That's kind of the energy that is surrounding you this week. But other than that, it's a great week for all of the Taurians out there. So thank you so much. Don't forget to hit the red subscribe button as well as the notification bell icon. And again, if you would like to set up a private reading with me, you can go to my website. That's www.raymondguzman.net/shop. And don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Psychic Medium Ray. Thank you so much. Gemini, this week for you, Gemini, there is a sense of betrayal. A lot of you out there are feeling betrayed. You're feeling backstabbed. This could be in your relationship. This could be also in your friendships overall, or people that you don't know that are just making assumptions about you. If you have an online presence in social media, this could be, trolls or people that just have a negative, outlook, and they're not happy in their own life and start projecting that onto you. So you do feel judged by many people. You could feel like, you are just not, being understood and taken at face value for what you stand for this week. You also have a lot of decisions to make this week, a lot of you weighing in your, options. So you're going to be a lot in your mental space, thinking about, plans and planning things, and deciding, what things you need to change in your life, what things can you do better. It's like self-evaluating, and that's something that's healthy to be done by anybody, not just the Gemini, but in general. I think we all, live a very fast life at times, with work and family issues and shopping and whatnot, that we don't, take some personal time to reevaluate our life and decide, what we need to change, how can we be a better person. That's kind of like what this is pointing to, what Spirit is showing me. So a lot of you will be making some decisions of, what is better for your life, what you need to cut out, what you need to change or rearrange in your life right now. You could also have a male right now that is, if you're a male Gemini, this could be you, or if you're a female, this could be a father figure or even a partner. But there is a male right now in your life, and it feels like, he's being very stuck in his ways. Maybe he doesn't want to listen to you, what you have to say. And again, there is this feeling, of confusion, like what is really going on here. And there could be some travel plans that are coming up for this person as well that will create some distance. So a lot of you are dealing with a lot of inner emotions, and some of you Geminis are not really speaking your mind. You're holding a lot onto a lot of this in yourself and bottling up, which is unhealthy. So be sure to speak your mind, be very vocal, don't keep secrets. This is not a time to keep secrets, especially with the energy of the new moon, which comes in on the 6th of March, which is Wednesday. So again, just keep, no secrets, and be very vocal on what you want. And later in the week, there seems to be peace restored in all areas of your life. Being a Gemini, I can tell you from experience that, our lives are always changing, and there's always, moments where we don't feel good, or we have, we go through some mood swings, etc. But we will, eventually come out of that. It's very temporary when we go through it. So again, this is something just to be watchful for, and I want to thank you so much. Again, if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Psychic Medium Ray. And if you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can go to my website at www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing week. Cancer, this week for you, Cancer, is a week in which you are feeling emotionally drained. A lot of you out there are going to be feeling like you've, fought for so long, and now you're kind of moving away. So a lot of you could be quitting your jobs and moving away to a new job, or just, quitting and considering your options, especially if you have a partner or someone that can help offset or balance, your finances, where you are okay for a couple of weeks and not working and just, recollecting yourself. But there's a sense of walking away from a situation that is not healthy. This doesn't have to necessarily be work. It can be another personal situation in your life. But you do have the upper hand from the perspective of spirit. And there's a lot of focus again on your money, and it feels like you are coming into some money this week. So it could be an income tax return, or any other form of money that can be coming in. But what's so interesting is that a lot of people that do get their income tax return use that time to quit their job, because again, they really wouldn't need to have a paycheck for a couple of weeks. It just depends on your circumstance. But there's a lot of decision making this week, and with the energy of the new moon on the 6th, again, there's going to be a lot of revelations that are being made, and also you putting an end to a situation. So this could be like your train of thinking and the way that you think, or an unhealthy coping mechanism that you finally come to the realization that it's no longer working for you, and you're needing to kind of, just end that situation and not go back to that or repeat that cycle again. And a lot of you could be planning or taking a weekend road trip or getaway. So there's a lot of movement with spring break coming up. The following week, some people choose to do spring break, the first week of March. So it's very interesting how this energy is playing out. But Spirit is saying that a lot of you may be, actually going on a trip or traveling at this time. And it is a good, perfect time for that. And with the traveling, it does give you like a sense of fulfillment, getting out of your element. So it's all good this week. Again, just some minor hurdles, and, self-reflection of the past, of you walking away from it. So I want to thank you for tuning in. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And if you would like to set up a private reading with me, you can go to my website at www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing week. Leo, this week for you, Leo, there's a lot of sense of love and fulfillment. A lot of you are in a relationship now, or in the beginning steps of forming a relationship with someone, but there's a lot of focus on love, and being in love, and just being happy in your life, and you wanting to give to a person, that person wanting to give to you. There's a lot of positivity around your finances this week as well. A lot of you are maybe contemplating, what is your next move with your finances. You could be coming into some money apart from the income tax return, season. A lot of you could be starting to plan on purchasing something that's really huge, like an appliance or a new furniture set. So there's a lot of consideration on where your money is going to be spent. There is some some younger energy around. So those of you that have children, they could be wanting some money as well, or wanting to get some kind of attention. And they could be acting out this week. So if those of you that, in particular, this would pertain to those of you that have children that, are still living with you, there could be some issues that you have to address with them, things that they're doing, like I said, acting out, being rebellious, or getting in trouble in school, etc. Some of you also may be finding that you are in a relationship, but there is someone else in the mix as well. Not necessarily that your partner is cheating, but there is someone else that you may not like the energy, that is getting too close to maybe your family or to your life. And so there's a lot of you having to really keep an eye out on that. And also a lot of you could be battling some depression at this time. This is a good time, like I said, even though there's a lot of light and energy, it's very common for people to, go in through depressions at any given time, regardless. So if things are going good this week and then suddenly you fall into a depressive state of mind, you just need to be very strong. Spirit is saying to be very strong, and be on the outlook of, positive things that are coming in the near future for you. Like I said, some of you will be feeling kind of lonely, even though you may have people around you. Some of the people that you have around you or friends may not understand you, but just, inner strength and happiness begins on the inside. So you just need to keep reminding yourself of the reasons that you have to be happy in your life, and those will outweigh anything that is negative or not helping you. So I want to thank you for tuning in. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And if you would like to set up a private reading, you can go to my website. It's www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing, amazing week. Virgo, this week for you, Virgo, there is a lot of you right now weighing two different options or two different decisions. This could be you wanting to, start a new job, or there's two different roles. Maybe you're in one role and there's a promotion up or a new job offer for you, and you're having to consider what direction you need to go. Or also, a lot of you could be deciding on between two houses, two apartments, if are moving. That's kind of the energy. There's some decision making in some area of your life where you're considering two different options and weighing them very deeply. Something that I'm seeing with a lot of the signs overall is that a lot of you out there are sitting very good in your finances right now. And so there is a lot of focus on your money. And really where you're wanting to go with that. There's two different ways that you could go with that. You could save it or you could use it and spend it. But a lot of you seem to be kind of holding on to it this week, which is kind of odd for Virgos because y'all do have an eccentric flair and you do like to spend some money sometimes, which is nothing bad, is nothing wrong. There is going to be some battles up ahead this week that you are going to have to face and confront. This could be some disagreements with a male in your life, some arguments, something that you're not seeing eye to eye with, or you don't like something that they're doing. There's some changes and things of that nature that need to be really addressed by you and your focus given. Some of you also may be finding that there is some heartache. So a lot of you may be going through some relationship problems, like I said, an argument that will lead to a breakup or a separation. If you are going through that, there isn't a possibility to heal this situation and move forward. And I feel like the person that you would be going through this with may want to actually fix the situation, not just leave it apart and broken. So it's like there's a peace offering that is given by this person. That's the kind of energy, and you do have the upper hand. So you will ultimately get, what you want in this relationship, but some of you, may go through the opposite. So again, this horoscope may not apply to every single Virgo out there, but for the most part, this is the energy that is coming through this week for you, Virgos. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Psychic Medium Ray. And if you want to book a private reading, you can go to my website at www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing week. Libra, those of you that are Librans out there, this week you could be going through some kind of loss. This could be more in your home life, some disruptions, disagreements with your partner, and you just feeling overall in your life that you're lacking substance or you're lacking something that can complete you. There is also a feeling that maybe you may be getting into a discussion or someone is judging you or treating you a certain way, being condescending to you in your interactions. If you work in customer service or you work in some public, position where you are interacting with clients or people, the general public in nature, Spirit is saying that, there could be some situations where people make comments about your appearance or just say something that triggers you. It could be political in nature. Whatever it is, Spirit is saying that you will kind of need to pull back from that rather than get, trapped into that kind of energy and that space that is unhealthy, or rather just stay more to yourself, meditating. So if you don't meditate this week, you could feel all out of kilter, but it's going to be good for you to do that. A lot of you also are moving away from maybe your apartment or where you're living right now. There's a lot of thoughts and changes and celebrations, reasons to celebrate, because again, there's new things that are happening in your life, and it feels like this is again moving towards a new direction. So if it's not a physical move, like moving to a new house or apartment, there is definitely some kind of movement forward or progression in your life where you no longer feel stuck. And a lot of you are ready to offer your love to someone. If you're single, There's just a lot of different kind of communications that are going to be exchanged this week, not only among your friends in your work life, but also in your love life. And some of you are just ready for the new beginnings in general, period. And that is what is happening this week for Libra. So I want to thank you for tuning in. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Psychic Medium Ray. And if you'd like to book a private reading, you can go to my website. That's www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing week. Scorpio, this week for you Scorpions out there, a lot of you are going to be noticing that you're moving straight ahead into a situation and facing it for, you're prepared to go to battle in many ways. So if there is someone that's being confrontational to you, or, getting in your face or saying some things that are not true about you, you're ready to, take a stand and really nip this at the bud and not letting it go further, and just ending that, and you have all the power and strength in you and support from spirit to do this. At the same time, this can be very draining. So this week, a lot of you may be feeling tired. You could be going through some physical ailments if you're not careful. So be sure to pace yourself, and especially watch your blood pressure for those of you that may be in your 30s or 40s, or 50s. Really need to watch your blood pressure, because it could, rise up easily if you suffer from high blood pressure this week. Something to just watch with the energy that is going on. It's very intense. A lot of you also are ruling with an iron fist or a thumb. So a lot of you could be very stubborn right now and not really budging to ideas or things that other people may want to do or suggest around you. And that is okay. Just make sure that you do come to a compromise at some point within the week, so that other person doesn't feel like, that it's just your way and not, a compromise to make them happy as well, so that everyone can be, vibrating at a very peaceful level. Those of you that are single Scorpios out there, you could be finding that there is, someone out there for you right now that you're meeting or you're just communicating with, but there is a sense of, maybe this situation not working out and causing heartbreak. This person could be seeing another person while they're trying to see you. So again, you will have to, rely on your intuitive abilities to really read through or kind of read in between the lines when it comes to this. But I do feel like you are going to be maybe meeting up with someone, or someone is going to be coming to you, traveling to you to meet with you. And that's kind of the energy that is being shared and exchanged this week for Scorpio. So I want to thank you for tuning in. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Psychic Medium Ray. And if you would like to book a private reading, you can visit my website. It's www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing, amazing week. Sagittarius, this week for you Sagittarians, it is a week in which you need to work very hard, stay focused. I know that spring break is coming up and you may have your your income tax returns already coming in for those of you that are here in the United States of America. But whatever is the situation, Spirit is saying that you're working very hard, very long hours for a lot of you. Be sure to take some time out to relax. But at the end of it, it's going to be worth, at the end of this week, all the hard work that you're putting in is going to pay off. There is also some emotional things that you are going through, keeping some things to yourself. This could be inner thoughts, inner reflections of how you view the world, how you view your partner, your family, and even yourself, and coming to the realization that some of you may not be extremely happy with the way things have been playing out in your life recently. But there is a time for you to change this. There's an opportunity. There is a lot of illumination from the higher power that is going to be coming to you and revealing itself. So a lot of you could be having these brilliant ideas, or the spontaneity that just comes into you, and you don't know from where you're being inspired to do something, but you must follow that intuition or that gut feeling or instinct that you're having. And again, like I said, this is going to lead to you deciding and making decisions that are very important for every aspect of your life, making necessary changes, and through that there will be a lot of growth for you this week. There is a sense, also a lot of you are maybe fighting with someone, or this could be more of an inner battle, like I said, but you do have the upper hand of this and you will get over it. So if you do encounter that, through your family life, that there, or home life, if there's any slight disagreements or, conversations that are very strong in nature, there will be some peace restored by the end of the week. And that's kind of the week for Sagittarians out there. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did like this horoscope, please give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Psychic Medium Ray. And don't forget, if you want to book a private reading with me, you can go to my website at www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing week. Capricorn, this week for you, Capricorn, a lot of you are going to be sitting in your emotions. You're going to be feeling very, separated from the world, or, contemplating where you are in life. And some of you may not be very happy with some decisions that have been made, or being a little impatient. You're wanting things to happen at a very accelerated rate. But Spirit is reminding you that the reason this is not happening right now is because it's not the time. It's not time for you to maybe have what you're wanting, which is could be a new job, or be in a relationship. If you're single, you cannot rush divine timing, because if you do rush it, and let's say you were to get what you're wanting, it may not be a long-term thing, and it could actually be a setback for you. So you must not, try to force things that cannot be forced, but let, things flow in your life this week. Let that energy flow and let it go. Don't hold on to that. Some of you will be cutting out some people from your life, or looking at different areas of your life that you need to change. And so there is this feeling of, or sense that you are needing to prepare for something greater that is coming very soon. And then there is a need to also be aware of someone that is around you who could be telling lies or half truths. They are not someone that is very, and this would probably be like a male energy in your life that is, if you are male, this could be another male, that you may be a coworker or someone in your life. But other than that, it could be also someone that is, if you're a female, this could be a male, like a husband or a partner. But there's a sense of, them keeping secrets, not being very open to you, maybe not being very, deceitful, and holding on to some things that you are going to find out later on. And it makes you feel almost like you need to judge them in certain ways. Try to be open-minded to whatever information is revealed to you, and just, let things go. Like I said, don't hold on to them. Regardless if there is some pain involved, there is going to be healing. And again, people make mistakes, and ultimately we can fix them. There's always tomorrow. So, kind of try to put yourself in their shoes if you are in that position, and if this does apply to you. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Psychic Medium Ray. And if you would like to book a private reading with me, you can visit my website. That's www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing week. Aquarius, this week for you Aquarians out there, there could be a lot of happiness around a relationship or a friendship. You traveling, and there's just a sense of completion or feeling fulfilled in that area of your life for many of you. At the same time, there could be some greediness around your money, where your finances are concerned. There's a caution to be very careful with that. If your life has become very obsessive around money and control and getting what you want, there could be some setbacks that you, especially if you're embarking on a spiritual journey and to become, that spiritual person that you want to be. There could be some superficial thoughts or feelings towards money and, your wealth, and wanting something that you can't have at the moment. In order to get to a spiritual place, you have to balance everything out. And those are lower vibrations, the superficial things like money and having power, when you are already powerful in standing in your own energy. Also, if you are being very secretive with a partner, or you're being very secretive to people in your life, Spirit is saying for you to kind of be more open. And unless it's something that, that's very personal, or like a work project that's long term, then that is okay to keep on to holding on to that information and not ready to divulge that until it's ready. But, you need to kind of reevaluate yourself. There could be a mother and father figure for those of you that still have your parents alive. alive that are also going through some issues in your family at this time. There could be some struggles with money, and so some of you may want to be that good child that kind of helps them out, or kind of listens to them. If you haven't followed up with your parents, if they are still alive, this would be a good week to kind of do that, because if you don't, a lot of you could be living with the regrets, and and just feeling like you're kind of not in a good space if you don't follow up with your family, because at the end of the day, blood is thicker than water. So a lot of you may need to really kind of pay attention to your mom or dad if they are alive right now, and with you, or in your life in some capacity. Kind of follow up with them. There could be some issues that are going on in the family that you may need to kind of weigh in and give your insight on as well. And also be sure to take some time this week to rest, because a lot of you maybe have been partying too hard, or doing things at a non-stop pace, and it can affect your health if you're not careful. So that's the energy for this week. I want to thank you for tuning in. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Psychic Medium Ray. And if you would like to book a private reading with me, you can go to my website at www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing week. Pisces, this week for you, Pisces, a lot of you are going through some battles. Maybe in your work life, there is some disagreements, a boss that's being very demanding, or there could be coworkers that are just not getting along with one another and maybe throwing shade in your area. A lot of you are having to be a little, more sneaky in keeping things to yourself as well. And maybe a lot of you want to throw shade at some people, that are in your life, or that were once in your life, especially with social media. Just be careful with what you're posting out there, because again, anything that you're posting and it's not coming from an authentic place, or anything that you're doing that's not coming from an authentic place, can lead to a negative vibration, and it can invite negative energy into your life. A lot of you are also sitting pretty with your coins right now, where your money is concerned. A lot of you are feeling some positive vibrations and radiation, positive radiation from just the universe. It's radiating a lot of light into you. So a lot of people find you very attractive, find your energy very appealing right now. And you could have, if you are a male or a female, there could be a male in your life that is potentially wanting to offer you something. This could be love, this could be a business deal, or even something of a giving nature. Maybe wanting to start a relationship on a deeper level, or have a deeper meaning in your life. So a lot of you will be contemplating your options, weighing your options, and where you are right now, where you want to go. Some of you may be walking away or feeling a little distant from an opportunity that is coming. Maybe there's something that was being offered to you, whether it's in the entertainment industry, or a work project. There could be something that's being offered to you, but something that's also not being told, and there could be like a double-sided story to this that is going to be revealed. So a lot of you will instinctively be walking away from that rather than taking that opportunity, and some of you may take the opportunity, but there may be something that, again, you need to have that certain level of awareness, and know that with that there may be other changes that you're going to have to make in your life, but that you may not be realizing right now. So that's the energy for this week for Pisces. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Psychic Medium Ray. And be sure, if you would like to book a private reading, you can go to my website at www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Also, for those of you that are tuning in, don't forget to subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of this video, as well as the notification bell icon, so that way you can be notified of any future videos that I do publish. That being said and done, blessings and love and light to each and every one of you, and thank you once again for tuning in. Have an amazing week.